Nice day out today. In the 80s. You said it was getting a little cold where you at tonight.
Right. It's been around 70 or in the low 70s here for about a week now. It gets down in the 50s at night, though.
Okay. Well, now we're all doing okay. Deborah, Nevaeh, are there any updates on this case? Did you find anything?
For Nevaeh?
Nevaeh, I'm sorry.
From what I've read, what I've seen is that there's they have been clearing the sex offenders.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that they arrested over the weekend, he was burning stuff in his yard, and that was James Easter.
Mm-hmm.
He got bonded out yesterday. They're clearing these people. They're saying now that Nevaeh was not really in the yard there at the apartment complex. That she quite possibly was at the park at the elementary school nearby.
Okay.
And what they're wanting right now for witnesses and to try to move further with the investigation is to hear from the driver of a green boxy-style minivan that was at that elementary school playground on the evening that Nevaeh went missing between 6 and 7 p.m. and the children that were in that van to see if they have information. And I'm not sure. From the last reports I've seen, they have not located them yet to get statements.
Okay. I know Gail St. John was supposed to be going out there today. I'm not sure if she went out there or not to finish up on a blind drive. We went with the 1166 North Macomb Street is where she was last seen. So now it's possible that she might not have been at that address at all, but at the park.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That might change.
Elementary school nearby at that playground.
Okay. As far as I know, we came up. Well, we had Foley's Island, and that's posted. We discussed that. There's maps up there, and we'll be waiting on Gail to let us know what's going on. And Kevin, I got all your notes. We posted that. So really, that's all I have on this case, unless we got anything else to put out. Okay. I guess not.
I don't have anything else for Nevaeh.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to the case that you sent me last night. This is case number 761. This is Danielle Cherie Baker. The case was opened last night and was posted to the web today, June 2nd, 2009. Deborah, what information do we have for Danielle?
Danielle Cherie Baker has been missing since May 30th of this year. She's 11 years old, white female, brown hair and brown eyes, 5 feet 4 inches tall, 136 pounds. Her date of birth is August 16th of 1997. She's missing from Pound, Virginia. This is not an Amber Alert. It's one that's been recently posted at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and this case was requested anonymously via email. What happened here is allegedly Kimberly Ann Rose, who is the half-sister of Danielle, has allegedly abducted her. She's 18 years old. They have issued on the 31st, the day after Danielle went missing, they issued a felony warrant for kidnapping for her, for Kimberly. Authorities say that they could be in the local area, or they may have traveled to North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, or Alabama. The vehicle they would be traveling in would be an orange Dodge Neon 4-door sedan with chrome wheels. They say that the car has a sticker on it that says Espino Used Cars, and it has temporary tags on it. Danielle has a scar on her forehead, and Kimberly Ann Rose, the half-sister, she goes by the nickname of Kim. Anyone with information, please contact the Wise County Sheriff's Office in Virginia at 276-328-3756 or 1-800-THE-LOST. And what do you have on this case, Brian?
All right, I have 3 dream drawings, and basically I think that that she's okay, and if she's already been located, and if she hasn't been located yet, she will be very, very soon. The first dream drawing says KY, I believe that's Kentucky. Police stopped them. Danielle is safe with family, and then I put some question marks there because I wasn't quite sure what I had listed there on the bottom. The next dream drawing says Jenkins, Jenkins, and then the number 62, and then 2427, and it says door. That's a door. The bottom got actually cut off on the dream drawing. And then the final dream drawing says 3-bedroom home, lights out. So it's possible, I think, that maybe she's staying in this house, this 3-bedroom home that I have drawn here, maybe with no electricity. But from looking at this, I think that she'll be home soon if she's not already. It's a safe home with family. So that's all I have. Kevin, you did this case. What information do you have?
Yes, on this case, I have in my meditation alive, house, North Fork, that's one word, 1994 green Ford Mustang, Yankee 6'2" dog, runaway, man 22 years old, truck driver, elderly woman, Mary, knows Danielle. And then my notes after the meditation, the house is where people live. I couldn't pick up anything else on the house.
Okay.
All I knew is it was just a house, which is kind of strange. Maybe it's because it didn't have any electricity. From what you just said, I don't know. North Fork could be anything. It could be the name of a street, town, I don't know. The Yankee 6'2" dog possibly could be a partial license plate, and that's all I have.
All right, Kevin, looking at what I have, I did have the number 62, so I'm not really sure how that relates, but I did have a 62. And you could be right as far as the home without electricity.
All right.
And you got alive. So let's hope that Danielle's either home now or will be home soon. Deborah, did we check to make sure that she's still missing?
Yes, I did check, and in fact, I was taking information directly from her poster at National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
So
this case here, I think an Amber Alert would be extremely helpful. I mean, they have criteria, and one of the criteria to meet would be that they believe that a child would be in danger, and that's a reason that, that's one of the things that they use when they're issuing an Amber Alert. But with having such specific vehicle information, the description has got temporary tags on it, this type of information, can you imagine how wonderful that would work if that was activated as an Amber Alert and everyone was aware that she was actually missing? I mean, they'd be able to locate them so much quicker.
Yeah, I agree. The Amber Alert system, I mean, there's a lot of government red tape they have to go through in order to actually activate an Amber Alert. And like you said, one of them is, they have to be in danger. I think that they need a suspect description, vehicle. There's a bunch of different criteria that they have to meet. Sometimes it's just completely ridiculous. I really think that the local detectives, the police should actually, be the ones that can make that call solely, regardless of whatever red tape is not met. You know what I'm saying? Well,
I say they locate them so quickly because, when there's an Amber Alert, they not only put that all over the TV, the radio, and more exposure on the internet, exposure in all ways, but they also put it on the freeways, on their digital signs, and they put it at businesses. So people that are out and about driving around would be seeing this, right as they could be seeing the vehicle.
Speaking of Amber Alerts, WeatherBug. I have something called WeatherBug. If you guys don't have it, it's a little thing you can download to let you know your local weather, radar and stuff. If you sign up for that, you put in your your zip code. Amber Alerts actually go with that, just like weather alerts. I mean, if somebody goes missing in your area, it'll flash and it'll pop up, and so you can. And that's just another way you can get this kind of the alert system. So I think it's a good system. I think it could be better, and I think the criteria of actually issuing one should be left up to the local detective or whoever's in charge of the case. Do you have WeatherBug?
I don't have WeatherBug, but one thing that I do have is the Amber Alert ticker.
Uh-huh.
And I have it on my desktop, and can also put that ticker on your websites and everywhere else. And you can get that ticker by going to codeamber.com.
Right.
Or anytime you see the ticker, you can click on the ticker, and it'll take you right there to get the code for it.
Right. Now, Code Amber is not really the Amber Alert. Actually, the Amber Alert system is government-run, and I think it's, amberalert.gov or something like that. But
right.
Code
There's
Amber
also the amberalert.com out there, too, which is another great resource for creating the awareness of the Amber Alerts. You know, they put them out there. You can get widgets for, at that website. Put the widgets
you have one on your new
website.
blog. I saw that. You have a ticker on your blog.
Yes, I put the ticker on there. Yes, I did. I put them there. I put them on MySpace. Like I said, I have one on my desktop, too.
Okay.
And I know you have it in the old missing persons forum. We have to find a way to get it in the new one.
Okay. We will work
Way
on
to
that.
get it in the new.
Whoa, what was that? Okay. Okay. Anything else for this case?
I don't have anything else for Danielle's case.
What about you, Kevin? We good?
Not at this time.
Okay. Moving on. Our first case from early 2009 is for Catherine Rebecca La Madrid. I believe she goes by Kathy. The case was opened January 31st, 2009. Deborah, what information do we have for Catherine?
This case, actually, I remember, was requested by a search and rescue team out in California. Kathy, her full name is actually Catherine Rebecca La Madrid. Like you said, she goes by Kathy. And she's been missing since December 17th, 2004 from Fort Bragg, California. Her date of birth is October 25th of 1964. And 40 years old at the time that she went missing. She would be 44 years old now. 5'9" to 5'10" tall, 140 to 170 pounds, Caucasian female with blonde hair and blue or hazel eyes. She may dye her hair black. She does dye her hair frequently, it says. She has a pierced left ear. She has a tattoo of a ring in red and blue ink or red and black ink on her left ring finger. She does wear contacts or glasses. And she possibly was wearing plain silver rings and a short silver chain with a St. Christopher's pendant on it when she went missing. She often wears men's baggy clothing. They say that Kathy is depressed, and she was prescribed medication for the depression, but she stopped taking it prior to when she went missing. They say that she also could be suffering from amnesia. She was last seen at about 1:30 in the afternoon on December 17th of 2004. She was crossing the Noyo, N-O-Y-O, bridge in Fort Bragg, California. They say that she was possibly seen in the Fort Bragg, California area on December 26th of 2004 and January 11th of 2005 also. A couple of unconfirmed sightings, after the time that she was missing. She was in a car accident in late November and shortly before she went missing the month prior, so she could be suffering from amnesia due to that accident. They have also had possible sightings of Kathy in Roseburg, Oregon area and Myrtle Creek, Oregon area, months after she had been missing. They also possibly saw her in the Ukiah, U-K-I-A-H, California. Any information regarding Kathy should be directed to the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office in California at 707-961-2421. And I'm going to, I don't know, do you have her website listed on the case file, Brian?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'll put that in Skype, and if you want to share what you have for her case.
Okay, this case, when I first went to open this case, it was listed as private. For some reason or another, it says it was temporarily private, and there was a private page. I went and copied the private page and made it public again. so you guys can see this. Do we know why we made this private?
Yes, I do know why. The search and rescue team was concerned that someone could possibly see your dream drawings and they could move Kathy's remains, as the search and rescue team feels that she is no longer with us. Or if you were to come up with some information regarding a that might create some sort of problem for her family, and that's why that was kept private.
All right. Well, I made it public just now, so that's my call. I think I'm going to stay with that. It's been 3 months.
Well, I agree. Yeah, it's been a few months, and they were supposed to let me know when it could go public.
Okay.
They weren't sure. They wanted you to have it private in the beginning until they looked it over to see if it was something that should, remain private based on the information you've got.
It's now public.
And I didn't hear back from.
Okay. We firmly believe that making everything public is the best way to go because, like I said, there's no way that we could follow up or investigate these cases ourselves. That's why everything's public. And I think that making it public outweighs the fact that somebody maybe might look up my website and figure out, well, let's move somebody and stuff. It's not going to happen. I think that doing this the way I do it it works for me, and I think that's the way we're going to keep it is public. Because like I said, anybody can investigate, and if anybody can use the information, use it. Deborah, did you get the website? Oh, okay. FindKathyLamadrid.com, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm going to put that up there right now. Okay, that's up there. And so is the link to... Yeah, it's still going to the old forum. We're definitely going to have to work on that. Okay, I have 4 dream drawings from January 30th, 2009. The first one says the number 5437, basement, hook, and chains. And now remember this case very well. And then it says 14 days, Asia, crime family, they will kill you. 14 deaths in 36 months, more than death on here. And I think the thing in the back is the same image that's drawn in the first dream drawing. And the final one says, so there's 3 dream drawings, sorry, not 4. San Francisco Adult Club, Hooks, 1/2 block Jackson Avenue. The number 21 banners connects to Fish Market SF, which is probably San Francisco. I think that Kathy was murdered, and she may not be the only one. Not sure why or how, but the method of death may have involved chains and hooks. Was able to find a Jackson Street, but no avenue. I did look up Jackson Avenue in San Francisco, and I have that location right there. And I think this place that I'm drawing is some type of torture cell where people are murdered. And there's some drawings here of what it might look like on the inside. It says basement there. That might be an address, but it could be posing or masquerading as some type of restaurant or something like that, Asian Chinese food or something like that. But that's what I have. That's probably one of the reasons why I made this private too. It says they will kill you. That's all I have in this case. Kevin, I've got your notes. You want to read those?
Yes, on Kathy, my meditations are alive, abduction, white male, 33 years old, seasonal carnival, he works there, Jim or Jimmy. And my notes after the meditation are a man who possibly knows something concerning Kathy. He works for a carnival, and is named Jim or Jimmy. And while you and Deborah were talking about this case, I did some internet research on Fort Bragg and...
yeah, I was stationed there for like 6 years, I think. Go ahead.
And I added the name Carnival to that search, and I came up with like a Carnival Cruise Lines. So it could be, maybe it's a Carnival Cruise Line. I don't know.
Not in Fort Bragg is Fayetteville, North Carolina. that's not on the ocean or anything.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, this actually is, the one that we're referring to is Fort Bragg, California.
Oh,
And the other house.
okay. I'm wrong. My bad. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
that's okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Kevin. Anything else? So it could be Carnival then. How far from the ocean is that, Deborah? Do you know?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I can find out, and we can put a map of Fort Bragg, California up there, and that might help, with others that are confused too. I remember having a discussion with you after you'd opened up this case, and she looked kind of familiar to you, and you wondered if you'd maybe seen her years ago when you were stationed at Fort Bragg.
Mm-hmm.
Until I told you that it wasn't that Fort Bragg that we were talking about. We were talking about
actually, she looks
California.
exactly like I think she's a 27 likely. She's a mechanic. Yeah, it's exactly like her, but apparently it's not. So yeah, I do remember that conversation. Because when I hear Fort Bragg, it's the only Fort Bragg I know of. So, and there are some cases I think we have from Fort Bragg.
I think some things for Morgan Nick's case, possibly for Kyle Fleischman's information around the Fort Bragg, North Carolina, area has come up in those.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Anything else?
I don't have anything else for Kathy's case.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. Anything else you want to add, Kevin? And we're going to move on.
No.